Hello, everyone. Welcome to the internet. This is twitch.tv/help action needed, where you can find me. I am Sean. This is my channel. And today I have friends. But before we talk about my friends, we're going to talk about what we're doing today. We're going to be playing a game of Hellwhalers. Uh, some of you know what it is, some of you might not. It is a diceless, mostly, TTRPG in which all of our players will be taking moves to gain and lose souls in the hope to win enough souls that they can pump the heart of the Hellwhale someday and not die and maybe one day make it to heaven. Will that happen? Who can say? But that's how the game works. We'll get a little bit more of an introduction to each character as we go, so don't tell us too much about your character now. But let's go around and say who we are in overlay order. Oh, Nate, why are you so wildly out of frame? Taylor. Well, because you were off for so long, I couldn't put you in your frame correctly, so I just
My bad.
hoped. This is why we don't join with our cameras off. Anyway, Taylor, who are you? Where can people find you?
No
What's
need
up?
to be like this, Sean. You just started. Come on.
Coming after him.
Whoa. I'm Taylor, aka Swanky Taylor. I'm a Black Variety content creator and all that jazz. You can find me everywhere at Spunky Taylor.
Nice. Nate.
Hi, what's up, internet? I'm Nate, and I'm in hell.
Cool. Yuri.
Hello, everyone. This is Yuri, Y-U-R-I, pronouns she, they. And are we saying where you can find us at or not yet?
Yeah.
I was listening.
Tell the
Oh,
world
you
about
can
you.
find me at Yuri and the Beast everywhere on the internet. I play games. What's up?
And Jacob.
Hi, I'm Jacob. You can find me on all the socials at JRShorelunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. I'm a digital artist and cosplayer, and I guest on various streams. A lot of the time on this stream because I love it here.
Nice. So, we're going to get started. Our journey begins a day after you all have been recruited to go on this trip. This is not the hell that is written about in the Catholic Bible or Dante's recollection. This is a cold, dark hell. A land that lacks any sort of description or mass. You are on a ship in an endless ocean that seems to have nothing but black ink beneath you. You can see that creatures move beneath it, and sometimes little bioluminescent scales will indicate something is down there, but you have no way of telling how deep it is, or how close it is to emerging and wrecking your ship. Above you is nothing, except for at night you have one brief glimpse of the stars, to remind you of the heaven you will never ascend to. And it is cold, and it is dark, and you are in hell. Some of you believe you're meant to be here for a reason. Some of you know why you're here. And some of you think that it's a cosmic mistake that your God abandoned you and put you here for now. So let's learn who we are as we go on an adventure in some Hellwhalers. We'll start with you, Yuri. Where on the ship would your character be, and what would they be doing?
My character would probably be up. Actually, no, they would be in their rooms waiting for everyone else to do, get up and wait until she's needed. She doesn't really do things if she doesn't have to do them. She is on her knees next to the little cots that they sleep in with a necklace of teeth wrapped around her hands like a rosary as she has her palms together and seems to be praying.
And when you close your eyes, what is it that you see instead of sleep?
She sees her last moments playing over and over again. She sees a sacrifice on a table, a woman sedated and tied down, Not her. She is the one above the woman, holding the knife, about to plunge it into the sacrifice's chest as she is meant to do. She was so close, so close. And she doesn't see but feel the fight that ensues as someone tackles her, preventing her from killing this woman. And she claws and kicks and then feels wet warmth as her blood is suddenly no longer in her body. Looking down and seeing the dagger that's meant for the sacrifice in her stomach instead. She hears her own scream. She hears the voice of God tell her she has failed, tell her she was so close, tell her that this mistake has cost her everything. And she replays that, not so concerned about her own death. Everyone dies. She was waiting for it with open arms because she was supposed to be in God's grace. But she replays the betrayal, the knife that was meant for someone else. She replays God's voice in her head, and she replays those words, "You have failed. You have failed. You have failed."
As you open your eyes, finishing your moment of devotion, you see a little soul in front of you. And what does it look like as you reach out and claim your first soul?
There, in front of her, on the bed, is a tooth, clearly belonging to a person. She holds out her hand, grabs it. They are all different. She collected the teeth, one for every sacrifice she helped make in God's name. And she strings it onto the string that she wears around her neck, adds this one to the pile, and ties it around herself.
As our camera pans away, leaving Elena in this moment of herself, we see two siblings. Where would you be on the ship?
I heard the unmuting and I was like, I believe I believe my girl would be playing chess by herself somewhere on the ship. I don't know where specifically, but I know she'd be playing chess by herself with a gold coin on the other side as her opponent, as she's like just talking to herself, being like, that was a good move, that was a good move, but have you seen this move? And she just moves a piece over, and I was like, then she moves the other piece on the other side, and she's like, that was a good one, that was a good move, really really good. And then just like keeps on Mother Teresa back and forth like that.
While you're muttering, you see, as you make a good move, the gold doubles. And then you make another good move and take a pawn, and the gold doubles again. And as you continue making successful moves, the gold just becomes massive. So much to the weight it would sink the ship if it was real. But who knows which gold is real? What does Marianne do in that moment?
She just she sighed deeply, knowing what's like happening in front of her, And then she's like, I don't want to pause the game now, but if I keep on playing, it's going to keep multiplying. I have to stop it now. And as she gets up and dives into the gold, and she bites every single piece to figure out which one is real, and then toss it off out every time. Till she can find which one's real. As she's spending her time now doing that, sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground.
And Donnie, you would see your sister seemingly munching on nothing on the deck of the ship. What are you doing?
I think Donnie has taken like a high point on the ship and is sitting down in a chair with a like book in hand, but he's not actually reading it at all, and his eyes are just like glancing over anyone else on the ship and kind of sizing up everyone around him and keeping an eye on his sister at all times.
And is there anything specific you're looking for with this new crew? You all were, well, recruited is a polite way of saying appeared on a ship with no way off other than diving overboard yourself yesterday. Is there anything you're specifically looking at to try and get to know your new shipmates as you, I imagine, are up in the crow's nest overseeing everyone's movements?
I think who seems to be in charge? Where's the captain? What are they up to? And who else seems to be new and not know what they're doing?
Yes. The captain, of course, is standing right at the wheel of the ship. You have not had many interactions with him other than him indicating to all of you that he is your one chance at salvation, and that if you go against him, it is certainly your end, as you will fall into the Stygian Sea, and anyone that ever remembered you will forget as you dissolve into tiny particles in the hopes that maybe one day your souls will be important enough somebody else can trade them just as easily if you had traded other people. But that would only happen if you disobeyed him. And beyond that, he hasn't said much to you. And stands directing the ship. You would see your sister. Jacob, where is your character?
I think my character is in the galley. He's in the bottom of the ship, probably close to Elena. But instead of being in the sleeping quarters, he's in the next room over, actively like peeling onions. And every time he does, he wipes his blade against a rag, almost methodically keeping it clean, and then cuts again, wipes, cuts again, with this thin, fine cuts of a doctor's precision.
So then, from your vantage point in the crow's nest, Donnie, all you would see is the captain and your sister. There is no other crew on board with you. If there are, you haven't seen them, and it would be very hard to not see them in the last day from the size of this ship. But nobody really seems to know what they're doing. For your second ask of looking for people just as unaware as you, the other 3 people on the ship would all meet that pretty easily.
Beautiful. Yeah, I think you would just note that there's only us and the captain, and wait for the captain to start barking orders at us. And also confusedly look at his sister munching on nothing. That's a little concerning.
Yes, and as you look down, you just hear the voice of your sister when she was a child, begging you for help, hoping that one day the two of you can find safety together. And you see a little picture book in front of you, not of your life, as it would be too much of a blessing to ever have permission to see your own life again, but the lives of people you don't know.
It picks up the picture, kind of like spins it around, just slides it into his pocket.
And at that same time, Marianne, you'd bite down and feel a soft, chocolatey crumble in your mouth. As you seem to have found a cookie.
Oh, cookie. Gotta get my other prop out.
So good.
Like she's like, she feels the cookie, and she was like hoping to taste the sweetness of like her mom's old baked cookies and stuff, but tastes nothing. Tastes like cardboard, knowing that she would not get to taste those ever again.
Finally, our view follows us back into the kitchen. Other than cutting onions with a surgeon's precision, what do we find your character doing, Jacob?
He's trying to drown out the sounds of the ship. The rocking of it on the water, the creaking of the wood, the sounds of the other people who are around him. Because amongst all of that, he also hears someone whispering in his ear almost, "Doctor, doctor." And for him, he does not want to hear that title. He's trying to, with everything he can, just focus on, just cut this one, just cut this one, just cut this one. And trying not to let his mind wander to the operating room.
And as your mind is wandering where it might, you hear a gentle pulsating sound. Slightly arrhythmic, but not enough that it would be a concern. And just sitting next to your pile of onions is a little human heart, pulsating with each knife you press down.
He stares at it for a moment, and flashes of red come into his view as with each flash he sees a person laying on the operating table. And he shakes it off and reaches up and grabs his heart and holds it as if it's the most precious thing in the world, and just examines it. And as he does, the knife falls from his hands and clatters on the ground and just sits there.
As you all sit in a brief moment, some revelation, some fear, we get one more pan out to the ship. A ship that you all have designed, though seemingly a joke to haunt yourselves. We find you all aboard the Eden, a grand ship etched in the sides with vines growing, not real vines, but wooden vines etched throughout the wood. The wheel covered in sharp spokes that, if anyone but the captain were to touch them, would surely rip their hands to shreds. A figurehead that is a lobster holding an olive branch. Above the captain's door, you see large golden antlers, signifying not only his strength but his brilliance. And just randomly you'll see, especially those of you sitting on the ground praying, blood will seep up from the floor. Stay for a while, and then calmly recede back into the ground. The Eden was not the trip you chose to take, but the Eden is the ship you found. And whether it's the last voyage you're ever on or not, is a question that's a bit in the past now. You'd all hear the bell, not for food, but of nighttime, knowing that the captain is calling all of you to the main quarter, to come out on the deck, to witness the nightly ritual of the sky opening up, showing you the heavens you are denied. And in a matter of moments, you'll have to make your first bet using these souls you found today. But what do the four of you do as you come together for the first time as a crew? All on the main deck of the ship, still can be up in the crow's nest if you would like, Donnie.
Cool.
Elena walks up and politely nods to every single one of them. She honestly believes them just to be another part of her, not her torment, but her atonement, and she will suffer them well enough until she is given enough. She doesn't say much.
Dr. Henry Osler coming up from the kitchen. I suppose, where are we all meeting? I should ask the crew.
The main ship deck.
Okay, cool. He slowly walks up, his tired, weary body, even from being in hell for a very long time. He slowly walks up and just stands looking at everyone and wants to return to the sleeping quarters, but doesn't have the will to go there yet.
Has the gold disappeared and stuff, or yeah. So I think once like the chess game is complete and she'll just like cleans up. She'll pick up the one piece of gold that she always will have and like pockets it as she meets up with everyone and nods back and just waits patiently. Wonder where her other sibling is.
What happens if I jump down from the crow's nest?
Oh,
I'm already in hell. Can I break my legs?
Yeah. The only way to take damage in this game is on knots. So you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I would ask you to tell me
knowing
how
that,
you do it, though.
I'm
And if you want to
gonna.
try and fit a move into it, feel free.
I don't think it's got anything to do with my playbook, but I want to make a good impression. So I would like to, with a big flourish of a cloak that I found in somewhere on this ship, I'm going to like do a one arm on the edge of the railing here, leap off, and try to do like a cool Iron Man landing, blade pose. And just try to look really cool in front of all of these new people. I guess it's 2 new people and my sister. But I want them to think I'm cool.
Henry looks at you landing and goes, "That is terrible on your knees. I would not recommend it. It will ensure that the cartilage is shattered in no time. We may be dead, but pain still finds us here."
Well, my body was shot to hell and I don't feel that anymore. So seems pain doesn't flow the same way around here. Doctor?
As you say that, you would just feel that wound open and fester again, as though it just happened, and then close back with a gentle reminder from hell itself. Pain is what it wants you to feel.
Yes, that was my profession. A medical professional, surgeon. Though I try to avoid that title nowadays. And you are, other than soon to be blowing a knee.
I'm Donnie of the Stack siblings.
Daddy, pleasure to make your acquaintance. You must be the other Stack then of the sibling.
That's me. I'm Marianne. Also, Donnie, that was so cool how you just jumped down.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll probably try that next time.
And are you also a Stack sibling or no relation?
Oh, none at all. But
You can be one if you
Surgeon.
want.
I
Well,
assume you'd be very good with the knife. Yes?
Yeah.
It was always hard for us to find people who didn't get queasy when their time to carve out the heart came. But I'm sure you don't have that issue.
No,
oh, you a freak.
no, I do not have that issue, though. And he pauses long, goes, I have seen more than one enough hearts in my time. Worked on more than enough.
Well, that is good. That means you were also close to His Grace then? When
To
you made your
who?
sacrifices. To God, of course.
The sacrifices. I'm sorry.
Yes, call the non-believers, the heretics, blasphemers. In the name of God, with your skills, you would have been magnificent.
Oh, Jack the Ripper would have loved you. I don't know. I everyone on my table was equal, and non-believers. I'm sorry. I'm not following. Your...
Then it makes sense. You are here in hell, then. You are a non-believer yourself.
Does that also make you a non-believer?
Oh, no. I am one of his most devoted. I am here for a test. It is a test. I must suffer this as long as he needs me to atone. And then I will join him as I was meant to be.
A test, you say? It's a test.
Yes.
What kind of test? Like I don't want to be here either. Like I don't think I deserve to be here. You should. How do you do it? Like what's the test?
Well, first you have to believe, of course. Do you believe in God?
Every Sunday, I wear my Sunday best with my mom.
Good. I assume customs where you are from are different, but if you believe, that is the first step.
Yeah.
And, well, we are here for our atonement.
Yes.
The killing of the Hellwhale.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So while we do this, you must do everything else right as well.
But what is everything else?
You will know in your heart. I'll help you.
Okay.
You look like, well, you don't meet many believers here, and I certainly haven't seen too many others. But the rest, God has put them here to test us, test our beliefs. Everything and everyone else here is to break us. And we will not break.
Yeah.
We will succeed and join him. Yes.
I believe there's a medical term for individuals like you, madam. Insane.
That's what I was thinking.
Don't be rude.
That is what
guys.
all the non-believers say.
Yeah.
If you
Don't be-
lived in my time, I would have carved you up. and served you to God in a silver platter. Alas, I can't do such things here.
Bully for me.
Mary, maybe you should just take a couple steps away from
Why?
her. She just
Also,
I will say, yeah.
Taylor,
I'm
you
so scared
triggered
of
my
this
lore.
character.
So
Sorry.
when, because you reaffirmed my moral compass, you gain a soul love.
Woo!
And
One
Yuri,
soul.
what does it look like as she's presented with a soul from your connection?
Oh. I think it would look as partly how it's meant to look for her. At first glance, a cookie. But when she reaches out to touch it, the chocolate in it melts and turns red. Leaves a stain of blood in your hand.
I was like, Marianne kind of like froze at the just being like, oh, this is what happens to all the cookies I get.
Any other conversations you would all like to have?
No, I'm assuming we're waiting for the captain, right?
The moment would dawn that you all have been accustomed to for the last however long. You don't get to see it every night because it would be too much a kindness to let you know when a day has ended every day. But every so often, your torments break, and at the same time, your heads turn to the sky, where the cavernous ceiling above you of just nothingness. For a moment, you see the light of heaven. You see stars. You see the night sky that you were denied down here. And after the briefest of seconds, it's gone. And a board appears on a table in front of all of you. It has numbers on it. It has weird etchings of a whale and a ship and eyes. It appears to be immensely powerful. The captain appears next to it. Well, take your bets now. Choose where your soul goes, and if you do well, you'll be rewarded. Get to the Hellwhale faster. If you do poorly, well, that's not on me. And you would all see the sick board, which is in the Discord chat, and I'm putting on the overlay for chat now. On here, you'll be able to say what you think the 3 dice are going to be. The harder the call is to make, the more souls you get. The easier the call is to make, the less rewarding it is. If you get to say, for example, I think 1/1 will appear, hooray! You would get your soul as well as an additional soul back. If you were to say, I think that there will be exactly 3 6s, you'll get your soul and 180 other souls back. As a team, you're hoping to get 60 souls before you can summon the Hellwhale. And you each currently have 1. Unless you're Marianne, who has 2. So, where would you like to place your bets? You can make them, well, for those of you that have 2, you can put them on the same, you can put them different, or you could say, I want to hold on to 1, so I'm only going to bet 1 soul. Those who only have 1 soul, you can choose not to bet this day, delaying the chance of gaining more, but holding on to the one thing that is precious to you in the moment. And we're going to go around, and I'm going to ask each of you. So Yuri, where is Elena putting her soul this evening if she's choosing to make a bet?
Yes, she unlatches the string, pulls out the tooth, and places it on the board. She will bet her soul on there being a 1 and a 3 on the board.
So you're putting it on box 1 and box 3?
So the sickbo board
Hmm.
on the where it looks like a parchment wrapped that says 1:6, right? It would be the second of those, a 1 and a 3. If they both
One-
appear, I get 6 souls.
Yes. Okay. Understood. Nice. Jacob, where is Henry placing his soul?
So Henry is going to stay as far away from Alana's soul as possible because both he and Jacob are terrified of her. So he's going to play it safe, and I think he's going to put it saying there's going to be 1-4.
So simply down where it says 4.
Correct.
Okay. Donnie, where would you place your soul, if any?
Donnie is going to pull out this soul, this picture of a man and his family, fold it up, and bet it on 2 3s.
2 3s. Hoping for a 1 in 11 chance here.
It's a beautiful
And
picture, but I
finally-
don't care for this man.
Okay. Finally, Marianne, how many souls are you betting and where are you putting them?
Just the 1 soul, please. And it's gonna be on the 2-5.
Okay. 2 5 1 soul. Let's see what we get, friends. Let us see. We have a 1, a 3,
Oh.
and a 6.
Oh.
So, Yuri, you succeed. So we'll
Thank
get to
you.
you in a second, but
So many teeth.
we see this heart sink into the board, seems to be consumed, fueling the magic of it, and the board pulses red. We see an image of his family, of a man and his family, a light on fire before the ashes sink in, reflavoring the board to have a darker ink. We see a cookie dissolve into little maggot-infested gore as it goes away. And then suddenly, 6 teeth climb out of the board and form a perfect little pyramid. Souls are yours to take.
All in his plan, as she takes the handful and starts delicately stringing them up.
I think Donnie is aghast at you just picking up teeth and stringing them onto a necklace.
Yeah, Henry's trying to process this of like trying to push away the mythos of her being one of the chosen, rather than this idea of like everyone else being non-believers. But there is that little like worm that creeps into his mind, like maybe she is touched in some way.
I think Marianne just like hit Donnie just like playfully and she's like, see, I told you we should follow her lead. That could be us.
No. We ain't here because some god is testing us. We're here because for there to be winners, there has to be losers.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
our lot in life.
Yeah, you're right. You fight to win.
We do whatever it takes.
Yes, we do whatever it takes. Because that's what family's for.
Exactly.
And at that, the night has passed and you are free to do any nightly routine you would like before going off to bed. what would each of your bedtime routines be for the first night you have not been just isolated in torture? We'll go in reverse order here. We'll start with our doctor. Henry, what does it look like as you prepare for bed?
Like so much else in his life, very surgical. Very like everything happens in a specific order. Everything is very clean. It's almost militaristic, where it's like his bed has been nicely made and he pulls it back in the same way. And he changes into out of his like 19 or 1880s vest and cravat and an apron that is just always on him, and is able to change briefly into a like nightgown as he sits on his bed and just looks at his hands, still remembering the heart that had been there before, and just stares at the empty hands. It just thinks about the pulsating that it was and the life that was held there.
Honey.
Donnie, I think similarly, he's in his room and he pulls out a picture. Similar to the soul he had before, but where that soul was very clear, this is a very blurred image of a large family. Donnie was the oldest of like 5 or 6, plus like neighbor kids that they would consider family, but none of their faces are clear. Everything is blurred, and he tries as hard as he can as he stares to remember the face of anyone. But there in the middle is a picture of him and his sister, both younger but still blurred, and everyone else is even more blurry than that.
Marianne.
Marianne has the opposite of that. As for the inventory I picked out a photograph of family. So she has a clear picture of a photograph of the whole family. She will like put it on her bed, and she does like the prayer that she does with her mom every night to the family, and she's like, I'm gonna pass this test for you guys because for the family. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get Donnie out of here first. Please don't be mad at me for being here and not being with you guys. Well, I'm like, we'll be there. We'll be back real soon. Gonna get the well and we'll be out of here.
Finally, Elena.
Would you be surprised if I told you she prays before bed?
Not at all. 0%.
My jaw stayed
Yes.
intact.
She puts herself on the floor again, on her knees, her head bent, her string of teeth wrapped around her hands. And she will usually prays in her head and very silently, cannot hold in her excitement tonight. It is a sign. It is all part of his holy plan. I was meant to be here. I was meant to do this. This is how I will redeem myself. The non-believers, I will not let them shake me. I will not let them break me. I will do this. Thank you. I will not fail again. And she
You
begins to quietly sob to
You
herself.
would hear for the first time the voice of your God, not telling you you're a failure, not telling you you were close enough to see the gates and fall, but that in the morning you will be rewarded. And with that, you all go to bed. Dreams down here are strange. They last longer than it ever should. Nights can span decades for some people and seconds for some. Those looking for the most needed rest will never find it. The second they close their eyes, morning comes and it opens, but those who are afraid of something get to see that play out forever, and ever, and ever. And the next morning will eventually come. Could be 30 years later, but who can say? But you all wake up, and right at the feet of Elena's bed are some supply materials that if the ship is damaged, you can repair it. If the ship is to take any damage, you would take 5 materials to repair 1 letter of your ship's damage. But right at the foot of the bed are exactly 5 little things of rope and nail and sailcloth and wood. And you'd be the first to see them.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And as Mhm.
This appears as she's sleeping, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then when the morning comes, you would all know you must eat. You have some food, but not enough if this journey is to last a while. And the captain suggests that perhaps you fish. Find yourselves your own meal. This is, of course, not something you need to do. There are other ways of finding supplies if you were brave enough to find an island to stop on, or, there's always each other. But fishing is the most reliable way. And you've seen a lot of lights beneath it. You've seen a lot of movement beneath the seas. You know that these fish are not kind and will not come to you with kindness. But if you as a crew are able to defeat them, they might feed you a little bit longer. Whether you choose to do that today or not is your choice. It is a free action. It does not require any sort of roll. It does not have to happen. It is if you as a crew decide you want to do a little bit of a fishing game, then you can. But what would each of you be doing as the day starts? And this day would be a great time if any of you wanted to start incorporating some moves, especially those of you who have no souls and need to make some up. Finding ways to bring your character playbook in the hopes that you too can one day see the face of God that Elena has so clearly demonstrated she can see. The morning is yours.
Elena would bring up in her arms the bundle of supplies to the rest of the crew and show it to them. You see, we are where we are meant to be. All of us here, even you non-believers, are so lucky to be on this vessel. We are on the right path. And sort of just hand one of you to like the supplies so you guys can put them away because she doesn't know where they go. But she brought them up. She thought of hiding them from you all, but decided against it. All of this isn't, if this is all really in God's plan, then you being here with her and being a part of this crew with her are part of the plan as well. And if she is going to follow it, she must accept all of it. And so she does not hide the supplies from you, instead of bringing them up for you all to see. And she will suggest the fishing, and that is that she is very willing to physically do it. She sees that as part of her atonement, is to work for everything while she's here.
Henry takes the repair supplies, and there's this frustration that is bordering rage, anger, that is building up inside of him. This woman, I know it's hard to believe, this woman who is like so zealous in her beliefs and these, in his mind, deranged beliefs. And when she brings up the fishing, he's like, You're not going to do this alone. Nope. If we are going to manage our way through this hell, I shall do tenfold more than you, and I shall prove that there's no... Your God and my God are two different individuals, clearly. And is going to just like go and start working, and any job that there is, he's going to do more and more, and like push himself to the limit, overexerting himself, to give myself one soul.
And our siblings? What are you doing in the morning?
Can I steal? Can I steal a key to the captain's quarters?
Oh God.
You would like.
Yeah, I would like to take what isn't yours and try and pickpocket from the captain.
Okay. Cool. It happens.
Sweet. I'm gonna sneak into his room while he's busy and see what's in there.
That's a bold assumption. As you open the door, or put the key near the lock, I should say, you feel his hand on your shoulder. I would suggest you don't try that again. I will offer you
I
one
thought you
kindness
were.
to return this key.
Mhm.
I
And
think
if you
Marianne
choose
would
not
show
to-
up and be like,
Sure.
"I'm sorry, Captain. That was my fault. I took the key from you and I gave it to Donnie here. I'm so sorry. If he's getting punished or anything, you can punish me. I'm so sorry. I would like to take the blame move."
Would you like to return the key as suggested? Or would you like to do something else? I hear your friend is planning to go fishing, and bait is very helpful for catching things down here.
I was like, I can help with fishing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not asking you.
Oh.
You can have the key back.
You'll gain a soul for following a direct order from the captain. And
Do I also get
appreciate-
that for take what isn't yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and you don't need to tell me every time y'all gain a soul. Just like mark them. Don't spam it. Don't be like, I was sad. I get 80 souls. When you when you roleplay it out, you can mark your own souls. I trust all of you enough to do it. But then he looks to you, Marianne. It's quite noble to fall at the feet of someone for a family member. Unfortunately for you, nobility does not get far down here.
Oh. But that's family. As long as I have family, right?
Sure. And he walks back up to the ship wheel. Yuri, as you are initiating fishing, would you like to roll the d6 or should I?
Ew. I would like to make something bad happen and then not take, the blame for the consequences of these actions. 4.
Okay.
I blame
On,
Yuri.
on a 4, what does it look like as you cast this rod trying to get the fish to come to you? How does Elena fish, and how does Henry help in fishing?
I would like to think it's probably like a net sort of situation that we have to toss out.
Mhm.
And as she goes and starts preparing this net, Henry just shows up. It's like just starts grumbling and like yank it out of her hand, start
You're doing
prepping
it.
the whole thing.
You're doing it wrong. You don't hold it that way. Have you ever gone fishing once before in the Thames? We'd fish in the Thames all the time. Clearly, you were too busy just cutting people up and taking their hearts willy nilly. Just
Oh,
give me
not
that.
willy-nilly at all. That was the most sacred thing, to take someone's heart. And now I have not fished before, but well, if this is how we are to feed ourselves, then I must try. Unless you want to start. And I see your heart is in the wrong place, but you're already taken the first step. I see it in you.
What do you see in me? What do you see?
An eagerness. It is always the first step. Now, will you tell me how to toss this overboard or do it yourself? I will never say no to a learning opportunity.
Damn you,
But
girl.
you look like you need this more than I.
He hands it back to her. Hold it with two hands here. No, move your hand here and here. Damn girl. Now, when you throw it out, you're going to release, but do not, I repeat, do not let that rope go too far. If we lose the rope, we do not get the net back. Do you understand? Is that clear?
As clear as God's grace.
Grand.
And I toss. Do I catch anything, Sean?
You do. As the net lands in the water, it seems that you catch the water itself. Until
Yeah.
you notice that as you're pulling, it's a strange murky creature that's thrashing against the net trying to get out. You can't see it, as it appears to be the same abyssal color as the water beneath you, but you can feel it fighting. And you can feel it pulling, hoping to pull you overboard and drag you down with it. But that hopefully won't happen, as you all can work together. This has 6 HP, so you will all collectively need to spend a total of 6 souls to reel it in. There are 1 action available to you per turn, so if you have a soul and you are willing to spend it, you can spend 1 of your souls to do so. You also all have access to hunting supplies, which are few and far between, and you can use if you don't have enough souls. But the captain told you at the start that they are the only thing that will pierce the Hellwhale. So should you choose to use them now, you can be severely disadvantaging yourselves when the fight to come finally arrives. But as the net is in your hands and you're the one that is going to be first to go over, I think the other 3 should do what they do first in the moment. So we'll start with Marianne, who has shown herself to be the helper. What would you like to do to help get this fish in?
Ooh, that's not wrecking. So what is the hunting supplies, or what those rules?
So if you use a hunting supply, just like using a soul, it just works. But it's that right now you only have 20 of them. But if you have souls, you can use a big move, a strong move, and just spend the soul, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense. Like some strong moves are like encourage somebody. You could simply say, "I'm encouraging Elena to pull more," and that spend that soul, it will count.
Okay.
So what your actions are don't necessarily need to be physical. They don't even need to really make sense tangentially. You could do something such as like falling to the ground and rejoicing. You could be like, I'm going to encourage them by offering this prayer, which will help pull it in. So any way you can creatively flavor one of your strong moves, if you have the soul to spend it, is a way that you can help reel this fish in.
Okay.
Or you can say, I trust fate enough that I'm going to start using my hunting supplies, and I'll have enough in the future. Whichever one's more what you're feeling.
Okay. Uh, I think I think Marian's gonna help out by telling, is it Elaine? Is Elaine? How you spell
Elena. Yeah.
Elena. And be like, I'm here to help because I feel guilty that I didn't stood like next to you as my brother was kind of saying mean things and calling you crazy. I regret not helping you in that moment. But now I'm here to help you.
Yeah. And you're spending a soul?
Yep.
Good. We bring the health of it down to 5. Donnie, would you like to go next, or should we hand it over to Henry? There's no real initiative in this, and it doesn't need to be the same. Just right now, the one that needs to focus the most is Yuri's character, which is why we're holding off on letting her go right away.
Donnie should definitely go.
I don't think Donnie's gonna. I think he trusts his crew to do it. He's just gonna watch.
In that case, if you want, you can use a weak move to gain a soul in this opportunity.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? One of my weak moves is hold back to save a resource. So I feel like that is very much what I am doing.
Mm-hmm. So, what does everyone else see as you step away from aid?
Donnie like kind of looks around, sees what's happening, and like grabs at his chest as like he's about to do something, and then like shakes his head, takes a step back, and like half-heartedly cheers them on.
Cool. You gain a soul. Let me pass it over to Henry.
Henry standing here giving direction to Elena, and then hearing Marianne be like, hey, I'm sorry about my brother, goes cold. And his hot demeanor is still there a little bit, but he just and turns and walks away. The two of you clearly have this under control. You do not need this old man to offer any further assistance. Best of luck.
And are you spending a soul, gaining a soul, or neither?
I am gaining a soul by shirking a responsibility.
Okay.
We suck.
We're the worst.
Elena.
The ladies are carrying us.
Hey, chat, they don't know what happens when it gets to the fish's turn yet. They might regret their actions.
I probably will. I'm okay with that.
Elena, what do you do now?
Elena turns to the sibling. People tend to call crazy what they don't understand. I do not blame you. And then I will go ahead and use a strong move, strike with righteous fervor, to bring the HP of the fish down by 1, as she believes that her being in this predicament is the will.
Donnie, as the original one to walk away, I think it'll be fun for you to assign the consequence of this. Please roll me a d6.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm watching
6.
you.
Interesting. On the 6, you see this glorious ray jump out of the net and hover in the air, showing you what you could have had. You see this and you all know it would have been enough to feed you. Your food rations are running low, but not low enough yet, but it would have been enough to feed you. And then it dives back into the depths and leaves. And you gain nothing. You have wasted your time, and you have nothing to show for it. Just off
Well, that was
in the
fun.
distance, as a reminder of your actions, you just see, all of you would see, breaching slowly, the face of a whale. A whale who's looking for its heart, and a whale who now knows where you all reside, before it too dips back into the water.
Excuse me?
I think Marianne just sighs at all that hard work.
Yes,
Just-
well, it seems, like I said, all of us were put here because of his will, which means it needs all of us to see this through. If we are to have even a chance to succeed, you will have to talk to your brother, Marianne. Or else we will fail.
All right, I'll talk to him, but he's kind of stubborn sometimes.
So you decide if you want to stay in hell forever or not. Sometimes we need to make hard decisions. Yes, and it wouldn't be a trial if it was easy.
You're right.
That's how you know you're on the right path.
So Donnie's my obstacle. I got it.
Indeed.
It's like, how far did Donnie walk away?
I think he was just like
Oh, they
staring
hashed
at
this
y'all
out
from
now.
across.
And then she turns on her heels and be like, Donnie, why did you not help?
Thought you had it handled.
No,
You
like
all seem to be.
I thought we was a team.
Look,
I
out
always
here
had
we
your
got
back.
we got to do what we can to survive.
Yeah, I thought together because we're family, and like I always had your back. I thought this one time you had mine.
I don't trust the witch lady.
Well, this ain't trust. This is fishing.
Everything around here revolves around trust.
Well, you not having trust that like we lost all our food for that. You
Maybe
saw
we
it.
lost it anyway.
Oh, well, we wouldn't know if you just would have trusted me.
I trust you, sis, but
If you prove that you do not.
this doctor, this witch,
The doctor wasn't even there.
well, yeah, he walked away too.
Yeah, but I was there, and I thought that'd be more than enough.
I'll do something. I'll help you next time. Something about the cult things she keeps spewing, it really.
What are you worried about? We are in hell.
Yeah, and maybe this is our test. You know, we got this evil cult lady who's like, this is actually the right way, and it's obviously not. I've been to church. Ain't nothing that she says makes sense.
I was like, no, it does make sense. If we did,
Sacrifices? You
Yeah, we're
talking about
fishing.
sacrifices making sense?
Yes, we have to sacrifice. Like we have to push aside our feelings against others to survive, right? So I'm trusting her so we can eat and survive and make it to the whale. I was like, what's she gonna, what's the worst thing that she's gonna do to you here?
Says we're in hell.
Yeah, this is the
Trusting
worst.
people is not what we need to do to get out of here. I told you before, and I'll say it again. In order for us to win, somebody else is going to have to lose.
Right now, I feel like I'm losing. And then she'll like turn around and walk away.
Don't you
With
snap
that,
that?
we're gonna go to our
Snapping
break.
that hard.
So we'll see you all in 5-ish, 5 to 7 minute break. We'll see you on the other side, chat.
Ooh,
Bye.
cookie.
And we're back. I hope you all had a lovely break. I hope if you needed to just check in with your emotions a little bit, you did. I was enjoying the comments in chat being like, wow, Sean's really in full force, as though this isn't a game that would allow Sean to be in full force. But hey, Nate, you're
It's
good?
also like we're not helping you at all to
Oh, not
give
at
it
all.
full force.
Anyway, we're back. And we resume. The siblings have just finished their conversations. Elena, you're pulling in an empty net in which an offering from your god had just presented itself to you, but the betrayal of man let it get away. And Henry, we
Ben.
see you leaving,
Man.
walking away from a challenge that was too difficult. I want to hear from the other two. What were your thoughts immediately after this fishing endeavor?
Other two being
Henry and Elena.
Henry's walked away from things before. This one was easier to walk away from. And I think for him, having already done such an act, he has no remorse in doing so. But he is trying to keep himself in the moment rather than going back.
And Elena.
She walks over to the doctor after glancing back and seeing the two siblings engaged in a heated conversation, having an inkling it's not going the girl's way, and feeling sad for her. Now, doctor, I thought you were supposed to help people. Isn't that what you do? And as much...
Please don't call me that.
Do you feel you no longer deserve it because you're acting like it?
What I deserve.
I hedge a
deserve to
bet.
be here. Go forth, hedge, whatever you want.
No, that is actually what I was going to say. I would hedge a bet you deserve everything you've gotten so far.
And you would be a very rich woman. Very.
Do you not want to leave, Doctor? Do you want to stay here forever and suffer?
It's what I deserve.
Then why are you on this ship if you are right where you want to be?
Perhaps it is hell playing more tricks, giving me some false sense of hope. That maybe what I did in life can be redeemed. Perhaps it's God looking down upon me and saying, I have not given up on you as you gave up. Or perhaps it is just dumb fucking luck.
I believe you are here for a reason, Doctor. I believe we are all meant to be here. And whether you believe it or not, I will not hedge my salvation over you, and I will not let you give up. Because if you give up, then the rest of us are doomed. And I do not plan on being here for too much longer.
My
So
dear,
you decide if you are going to help us willingly or not. Clutch that hope. It might make you feel better, at least for a bit. And isn't a moment of reprieve so hard to come by in this place? You're wasting it. So if only to feel the hope, even if you don't believe in it.
first of all, gain a soul because you reminded him to take respite.
Accidentally.
Yeah. He stands at the balusters of the ship, and he turns at this point away from you. No, basically putting the punctuation mark. This conversation is over. I'm done talking to you. Nothing more you can say. I'm done hearing your words. But the words that you have said were, even as he turns and like you see him standing there, I think from where you're at, you can see they've penetrated and they've wormed their way in, and they're having an effect of in his mind, we're already damned. Why not we might as well be doomed. And then you start talking of hope, and he's lingers on that.
Before turning away from you, she smiles and talks to the back of your head. Think whatever you want about me, but also consider the siblings. And she smiles to herself, knowing that at least some of it got through, and not caring what part of her whole spiel did, as she walks away from you, and back to the others.
Few hours pass, uneventful. The chances of finding anything else with the water already being churned and the Hellwhale having spotted your ship is quite low, so no other fish come throughout the day. Food is prepared, rations are divided, nothing has been brought in to replace it. But at least on the horizon, you start to see change. You start to feel as though you're making it somewhere. When the endless sea of black ink beneath you is divided up by rocks. On the edge of the edge of the horizon, some rocks appear, which would be a great sign of things to come if it meant land. If not for at the same time, a maelstrom appearing above the ship, seemingly sent here as a test. A test that, if not succeeded, will definitely thrash you upon those stones, and each one of you will dissolve in the acid that lies beneath you. And as the rain starts falling, hot rain made of very dry blood that as it lands on you sticks to your skin, what would you like to do? This is a 6-knot challenge, meaning that 6 souls need to be spent to prevent destruction. But the world is yours. And you can go in any order you would like.
As the first bit of blood rain lands, I feel like the first part hits Henry on the hand, and he looks at it and goes, "Out, damn spot! Out! Until quickly just like running in, grabbing the top of a barrel to hold over his head, as I'm going to use my work smarter, not harder strong move to
Nice.
be able to move around the ship and make this not the end of us.
Nice. Yes, and almost immediately, for once this day, you see the doctors spring into action and start being of benefit to the rest. For that reason, I'd like to go to Donnie next. What do you do?
Hmm. I think Donnie would glance to his sister and thinking of that talk they had earlier, he's going to jump into action and try and are we like protecting?
You can
like, the
flavor it
ship
as
from-
protecting each other, buffering the ship. Flavor it however you want. You can just use one of your moves to like inspire how it's done. So even if like
Okay.
your move is like get something done, you could say I get this sort of thing done. It doesn't need to be a direct one-to-one. You can just make it work in some way. And any strong move you use works, even if it doesn't like have a clear line of how, it will work towards the number that needs to be done.
Okay. I'm gonna use the strong move, fight to protect your interests. To go out there and like kind of not caring about his own safety, making sure his sister is safe as we kind of secure the ship.
What do you do to protect your sister and secure the ship?
I think just like he will take his own like jacket off and like hold it over her, protect her, as the acid rain kind of hits his arms a little bit.
Beautiful. Taylor or Yuri?
Elena feels a burn on her hand and brings down the top of her vestments. You would all see like her like disheveled, uncombed, curly hair, I think, for the first time. As she seems to be doing quite the opposite of hiding from this acid rain. She climbs up to the crow's nest, and I will use the strong move Divine Uninspired Path to attempt to find a safe way to sail through the rock.
As you look out, your eyes being clouded literally by this rain landing on it, just a strong sense that straight through is your best option. Anything trying to veer you from your path will get you into rocks below, but anything directly forward is the true test God has presented you with, and only the bravest would commit to it.
She would bring herself back down and tell the captain what she has seen from up high in order to help him navigate.
Marianne.
Yeah, I think Miriam would appreciate for a moment from Donnie getting protected by it, but she's still mad at him. But so she's just gonna like huff and then see Elena like going to the captain and stuff like that, and she's like, "I'm gonna take off my vest and I'm gonna shelter them from the acid rain while they navigate." So she would just lead Donnie and climb up and see deal with the consequences of her getting burned by the acid as she try to put cover between the two of them.
Is that one of your moves that you're using?
Yes.
Beautiful.
My strong move. Seize a moment. Deal with consequences later.
Perfect.
Story of my life, my dude.
Yeah.
As you all are doing these things, your information about the path gets to the captain, but not quick enough, as he has already tried to avoid the rocks, and you feel the scraping thundering through the ship, the pools of blood that sometimes appear erupting from the bottom as though it's now like a couple inches thick on your feet and you're treading through it, and spikes jut up, ripping apart the front of the ship, and you will take 2 damage to seaworthiness.
Jeez.
Why?
Yikes.
Why, Sean? Why?
And we go back to the players. You are at 2 of 6. 2 more strong moves will fix the problem. If we make it back around to the next thing, who can say what will happen?
I'm still reeling by spikes coming up through the ship.
Say we had a repair kit?
You have currently 15 repair kits. It would take 5 of them to fix 1 letter of wrecked. At which, if you look at the overlay, you're currently at 2. So you could spend 2 separate turns to fix it fully, if you would like, and then hope
Yeah.
that the other 2 take their turns to act in a strong way.
Right. So if all of us do something but don't get rid of the 2 knots that are left, more damage will come to the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think seeing that the ship has taken damage, Yuri, Lana. All right. Henry is going to he's going to keep going despite everything. He hears Elena's voice in his head. Like, live for, like, there's hope. You're not going to stop us. And think of the siblings, seeing them, Donnie covering Marianne, seeing everyone working in this collaborative way. At this point, he's just been trying to keep himself clear. And so he is going to throw down his cover and grab a extra canvas that would normally be used for repairing the sail. It's just going to pull it out over the base of the ship, over the deck of the ship, to try to give it some cover. So I will use a second strong move, taking some damage from myself from this rain, as I attempt to protect our vessel.
Nice. Seems 1 more point will weather the ship.
Elena stands next to the captain and sees our sweet doctor doing what he does, smiles again to herself, and begins to sort of say prayers out loud. Not any that we would know, but the way that you just speak at prayer, right? Telling the captain to stand firm, go straight ahead, to believe in his will, that I have seen it and that we will be okay. And she sort of stands and looks up at the sky, daring it to keep burning her. And I will use my strong move, stand against evil, or at what she perceives to be evil.
Yes. Which I think is very fascinating. For as you look up, standing in the face of evil, the clouds start to dissipate. But before they're gone, you and your fervor see the image of Christ on the cross, and the blood falling is the blood he shed to protect those who are worthy of life. And it burns your skin so much as it's being used to burn away pain and burn away vile, unholy beings. The storm has parted. The ship is damaged, but not wrecked. And the scene is yours for whatever you four would like to do.
Crazy, Sean.
She had tried to cup some in her hands. And even though it burns and it hurts, she raises it to her lips and drinks some. Feeling it literally tear through her flesh. But this is a torment she is choosing as opposed to the pain inflicted upon her in this place. And she relishes in it.
Marianne's just watching.
Looks at the captain and nods at him. You are worthy of your title, seeing us through the tempest, as you did.
Thank you, lass.
She nods again and walks down from the deck where the wheel is to the rest of them. Begins to sort of assess the damage done to the actual ship. Like, oh, shit, those are spikes. Yeah, that's not
Almost
good.
as though the thorns of the Eden have elongated themselves, but interior this time.
I don't know much about ships, vessels like this. So I will leave it up to you all to decide if we should hatch it up now or wait until the danger is more severe.
I don't know much about marine vessels and the like, but I don't think having giant spikes protruding from them is very makes it very seaworthy. So perhaps we do tend to the damage, or at least some of it.
Then I suppose tend to it. We will. She looks to the siblings, sort of with an inquiring look, like, we can do it ourselves, but if you would help, that would be nice.
Marianne was near the captain. It will come back down to the rest of the gang to say, so how's everything looking down here? Oh, those are spikes.
We are preparing to patch the ship as best we can.
We've
Our
only
voyage
so
is-
much. We've only so many repair kits. Are we sure we want to use so many already?
Well,
There comes a point when enough has gone wrong with a being, a body per se, that you can wait for more ailments to pop up, and as more ailments make themselves known, it may be too late to enact and cure the sickness. If we view the ship as a body, then I think we should tackle what we have in front of us. If not to its totality, at least to a degree. The cancer can spread quite quickly if you allow it.
And we should repair the ship while we have a ship to repair. Yes?
I can't believe I'm going to agree with you, but yes.
I agree. We should at least help fix it up a little bit. Isn't that right, Donnie?
If that's what everyone else thinks is right, we
Well,
will.
we are all on the same ship. Yes? And if one of us sinks, so do we all.
Henry glances over at Elena, just like, who are you?
I'm telling you guys, this is Satan just hiding on our ship with us. She wants us to think she's the good one.
She's a good
The
one.
good people don't use the word sacrifice.
Donnie, internally, what do you think you're feeling the most towards Elena?
Distrust. I think Donnie sees Elena as no different from a priest who would ask for tithe from a sick person. He sees someone who uses the frilly words of religion to hide what they're after, and that is control.
Do you think it would feel closer to a sense of hatred or a sense of a rot?
I don't think it's hatred.
Okay.
Because that's just how people are. And
Okay.
this is just someone showing their face. Well, hiding their true face.
Okay. Then, as you step away from under your foot on the mark of the ship, a weird symbol appears, burnt into the wood, seemingly burnt by the same blood that fell. And you all have obtained a curse.
Ooh.
And you
That's
feel
fun.
that as you all are here, the toxicity in the air has made manifest. And it will start to eat away at all of you. Unless you find a way to cure it yourselves.
Question.
Yes.
Can curses be repaired with repair supplies?
No.
Damn it.
Good question. Good question.
Yeah.
Yes. No. After 1d3 days of studying, you can then learn the thing. So, Nate, as you're the one that caused the curse, please roll me a d6 divided by 2, and we'll see how many days it will take for this curse to go away.
Got you. That's a 3, so 2 days.
Okay. So, if somebody takes 2 days to try and study the curse, you may be able to ascertain a cure. But until then, I think you have a ship you wanted to repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry's gonna make his way over to the spikes. He's gone and retrieved the bag, which as soon as he picks it up turns into like a black doctor's bag, which he just stares at and like it sends a shudder up his spine. But he walks over and starts pulling out tools, and if anyone's around him, I don't know if anyone came to help. Yeah, he just kind of looks over and my father worked on the shipyards and taught me one or two things. I did not quite follow in the family business in his footsteps, but perhaps I can still recall what he laid upon me. And I'm gonna use 5. Does that sound good? Just 5 to repair 1 letter?
Yeah. And then Marianne would come over and help out the doctor. They haven't talked much together yet. So, yeah, just tell me what you need me to do and I'll help.
And he like starts handing different tools. He hands like a planer and a hand drill. Hands over a like couple other chisels and saws, and is well, I suppose we'll want to ensure that those planks are level,
Okay.
and also probably remove the spikes entirely, at least from this section. I don't
Okay.
know. Oh gosh, getting down to that area, I think would require pulleys and other mechanisms that um, would probably be better at port. So my recommendation is we handle things topside.
I agree. So I other captain.
He like
As-
pauses at this and kind of looks at her and then gets back to work.
I was like, oh, you don't like that nickname? I'll go back to doctor. I'm sorry, doctor. And then she just goes back to fixing.
Doctor
As the two of you
Captain.
work together,
Captain.
1 letter is removed. And we are back to just a W for our ship health.
Feeling something wrong shift in the air, Elena will take to walking around the entirety of the ship, trying to figure out where it is coming from. It wasn't there before. It is new, and she doesn't know if it is a result of the storm or something else. And so I think Elena will take that first day to study the curse.
Donnie, anything you do to finish off this day, this first full day at sea?
I was also going to study the curse, but I don't think I would share my information with anyone yet.
Okay.
So I
You
think
can-
just 2 separate 1-day studies.
It will count. We're 1 day mechanically, but yes, you will have time together. And with that, as the light of the gods shine on you once more, the sick board appears once more. And we'll roll on it next week. Let's go around and tell everyone who we are and where we can find them. Reverse order. Jacob, who you be?
Hi, I be Jacob. I played Dr. Henry Osler today. And you can find me on all the socials at JR Shore Lunch. That's JRSCHOR Lunch. I am, as I said at the beginning, I'm a digital artist and cosplayers. I do commissions bringing your characters to life, whether that be through your bringing a character to life on screen or in the next character design that you want. So best way to reach out to me is via Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, all that stuff. And you'll find me here next week, but also starting October 3rd as part of Chaos PI over on Charm Party, also with Sean, where we're playing Monster of the Week, and every Monday on Boss Jelly Bean for season 2 of Amber Ascension, where I continue to play Rex Morrison, who may be Satan himself.
Who can say? Yuri.
Hello. My name is Yuri. That is Yuri, pronounced she, they. I don't look like this all the time. I swear, I'm a sweet little bean most of the time. You can go ahead and find me at Yudi and the Beast absolutely everywhere on the internet. I play on all of my friends' channels because I don't have one off my own. So go ahead and check out my card and check out my socials to see where I'm going to be playing next.
Nice. Nate?
Okay, what's up, internet? I'm Nate. You can find me on the socials at What Do I Roll. You can see my lovely face here on Wednesdays. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And you can also hear my lovely voice on Wednesdays on Escape the Dungeon podcast. We're getting close to the end of season 2, which is Urban Shadows, and then we're gonna switch it up.
Yeah.
That's me.
Last but not least, Taylor.
Hey everyone, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, Black Friday content creator over here. Yeah, it wasn't that a wild ride, crazy ride. Anyways, you can find me tomorrow at the Tipsy Tiger for a Theater of the Mind. That is what time we do that?
We do it at 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
8 Eastern. Yeah, that is my time zone. 8. And then on Friday, you can see me on Howdy Love Darlings Twitch channel for Hex Heist at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So is that true? Is that
What's
right?
true?
I'm
What?
looking at my calendar now, and I don't actually know what time. Jocelyn, you're in
I
chat.
think
time is our
it's,
game
I technically
tomorrow?
think it's 7 p.m. Is it 7?
My calendar says 6:30 every week, but I just get a text saying it's call time. It will start at 6:30 Central. Start at 7:30 Central.
7:30 East. Wait.
Yes, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Yes.
Nailed it. That's correct. You see both of us there
Nailed
on
it.
Thursdays. And
Our
that is
GM
our post.
panicking in chat. Yes, hi, I'm Sean. I am known all across the internet as Help Action Needed. I exist. I do things. If you want to know what some of those things are in the next coming weeks, one of them is tomorrow over on the Tipsy Tiger, where Jocelyn will be running the third of our 4-part D&D, followed by some other stuff, a game of D&D, where I play Hyacinth, the sweet little tabaxi guy that does not know how to handle horror. Come back for tomorrow, where I think we're going to have a really fun roleplay session, and I think we might even get a nice little thing from Taylor. If you are then wanting to see some more drama, come to this channel here at 5 p.m. Central for Down the Forest Road Season 2, Episode 2. Things get weird. In a weird way. The cast starts to kind of figure out how the road works as an entity and as a mechanic. And there are some very fun scenes. Jacob's character from our promo gets referenced a lot, and Gloria definitely says the line, "Yes, he's been inside me." So if you want that for any context, come see what it is.
Oh,
I can't believe
On
this.
Sunday, I unfortunately cannot make it because I have a commitment with a family, but there is a game I am a part of over on Hack Recklessly at 7 o'clock Central where we're doing Our Brilliant Ruin. So please go support the rest of the cast. Danny, who rated in CG Danny B, is one of the players as well. So if you want to hang out with Danny and also some other amazing people, that is when that will be. And then we'll be back here next week for some Hellwhalers. If that's too long of a time for you to hear my voice, I have a podcast. You can find it. It is Help Action Needed. If you are a D&D fan, there is a 40-episode campaign that is at completion. So if you're someone that's like, I don't like when things get going and then stop midway, which no one likes, there's a 40-episode campaign you can go listen to. If you're like, I don't want that, that's a lot of stuff. Season 1 of Down the Forest Road has just started premiering. So if you want to hear the origin story of these extremely sapphic witches, go on there. They come out bi-weekly. It's there. It won an award. Anyway,
I was about to
that's
say,
us.
award-winning.
We will find you on the next time. And in the meantime, we're going to do a nice little raid out. I asked for recommendations. I see them all, but I didn't actually read them. So I don't know who's live.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to Nobody. And because Grace is live, and we love Grace, And Grace is returning to streaming and is playing some Hollow Knight Silksong. And since half of you came here from a video game raid, I'm going to send y'all to another video game raid. Let's go check out Ghostlight G, frequent member on the channel, amazing human, just lovely all-around being, a double-nominated Crit Award singer-songwriter, and one of the best people you can get some music for. So if you need a commission, go check out Grace. If you just want to hang out, go check out Grace. We're all going to go check out Grace now, and we'll see you next
Can't
time.
confirm. Love
Bye!
Grace. Bye.
We have rated, and we are...